Right. We also have Jaspreet Arora from Systematix joining us. Jaspreet, thank you for joining us. What's your first cut? The margin seems to be a little disappointing.
Yeah, no, I mean it's been a pleasant surprise on both the shut down. On all fronts, it's been a positive surprise, EBITDA margin as well as volumes. I don't have the detailed numbers, but yeah, I mean it looks like they have done in excess of 900 rupees EBITDA per ton, so which is very encouraging.
What was your volume estimate, Jaspreet, if I can ask you?
So we were looking at closer to 13 million tons, and they have done well in excess of that.
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, it is 13.35. And in terms of the realizations, what are you seeing there? Because, I mean, on a year-on-year basis, this number is absolutely flat, 13.32, 13.35. But the net sales number is close to 6,500, and it's just 120 crores higher than the last year. So is the positivity coming from the fact that there's not a big decline in volumes compared to last year, and realizations have mostly held out on net?
Yeah, that's right. So the volume degrowth not being there is a big relief, especially after the ACC result, and even on realization front they have done better than expected, and even as compared to YY as you mentioned. So I think the month of March, the price hikes that started, I think would have largely been absorbed by the industry, and that's clearly reflected in the much better NSR for both ACC and Ultratech. And it looks like it should flow through in most part of the 1Q as well.
Right. Jaspreet, what's your view on utilization rates? I mean, have you got a chance to see that? And secondly, in terms of petcoke price up move, the last quarter said that 78% is their petcoke reliance right now, and their waste heat recovery system also is gradually contributing a little more to fuel costs. So they are rationalizing there, but not in a big way yet. So these two things, I mean, petcoke 78% reliance, so some kind of pressure is coming through on petcoke costs as well, and utilization levels?
So petcoke, I mean, even though prices have hardened, but still if you compare it with coal in terms of on a kcal basis, it still turns out to be cheaper, and therefore the impact may not be as huge. But yeah, if the prices continue to harden much above the current levels, then only there is a cause of concern. And utilization, it's still, I mean, it hovers between 70-75%. So as long as it remains around this level, it's good, because if you start building in the capacity expansion that they are trying to do 2 years hence, and plus JP's. If you build in JP's capacity utilization, which is far lower than what they are operating at, then on a weighted average basis it would come down. But as of now, it's more or less at par with the industry average, and that's given the leadership position that they have in excess of 20% market share. I think that's a good, healthy number.
All right, Jaspreet, many thanks for joining us with your perspective on the kind of numbers being posted by the Ultratech company for the fourth quarter. That's what we are seeing as of now. The PAT has indeed come in, and we're looking at a pretty stable quarter for the company. Volume growth, margins, they seem pretty stable, but not extraordinary. But the stock is doing pretty well for itself in trade.